Hi all, Mark O'Hare here from Sporting Bet. This is We Love Betting, Football League Chatter now 2. Two winners from 3 last weekend, Plymouth letting us down at home to Accrington. But I did actually mention the unders in that bet as well, so hopefully you got on one of the two. But anyway, we've got 4 winners from 6 in the last 2 weeks. Hoping to get that elusive treble this weekend. Another 3 bets from the Football League in each division. Starting with a team who just continuously seem to get mentioned on my Football League column, part of the show, column, or whatever you want to call it. Sheffield Wednesday. And I'm backing both teams to score at 7-10 with Sporting Bet in their game of Ipswich at Hillsborough. Still winless now, 9 games for Sheffield Wednesday in the league. Dave Jones is coming under increasing pressure. A lot of Sheffield Wednesday fans saying it's time for him to go. He actually was quite subdued after their defeat at home to Doncaster last weekend. I thought he'd be a lot more fiery, but he must have been gutted and furious after they conceded their late goal against Brighton in midweek away from home, drawing 1-1. It could have been their first win of the season. Drawn 5, lost 4 of their first 9 games. While they're not scoring bags of goals, they are actually getting on the score sheet. That defeat with Doncaster was actually the first time they failed to net this season in those 9 games, and they've actually brought in one of my favourite Championship strikers, Matty Fryer, on loan from Hull, who I think is a fantastic player at this level. Should provide a great attacking threat for them going forward. Still without a clean sheet though this term, and if you put that attack and defence together, it's 8 out of 9 league games have seen both teams score. Yeovil, Doncaster and Millwall have all managed to score at Hillsborough this season. Well, Sheffield Wednesday have actually scored away from home against QPR, Leeds and Brighton, so for those saying that Wednesday don't score goals, there's the proof. Looking at Ipswich now, and they're involved in quite an incredible 4-4 draw at Derby midweek. I actually put them up as to be one of my team's dark horses for promotion, Ipswich Town, but they still seem to be having those problems away from home. They were 4-1 up as well against Derby and still managed to draw that match. They did fail to net at QPR and Wigan away from home, which is fairly understandable when you look at QPR's defensive record, and Wigan at home have looked pretty solid too. But 3 of their 5 away games have seen both teams score. This bet would have actually paid out in 6 of their 10 league games and 5 of their last 7 as well. They've only managed 2 clean sheets in 10 matches, and they've scored in 8 of their 10 as well, so neither side looking watertight. So I think 7-10 on both teams to score is definitely a price and a bet I would look to in the Championship. Moving on now into League 1 and a game between Walsall and Bradford, and I've just got to get involved with Walsall at 8-11 in the draw no bet market here. They've won 4, drawn 3, lost 2 this term, but that doesn't really tell the whole story of this bet for me. I have to admit I did doubt Walsall's ability to cope with the loss of those 3 attacking players over the summer. I actually put them up for relegation, if you remember correctly, but Dean Smith continues to just pull up trees as a manager at Walsall. Fantastic work there. They've beaten Wolves away, and at home, they've won 1, drawn 2 and lost 1, but that defeat 3-0 against Preston, they were below par that day. Preston played above themselves. Preston are really steamrolling on at the moment, but when you see how Preston are playing at the moment, that defeat doesn't look so bad. You are, of course, allowed an off day once in a while, and that was Preston actually inflicted Walsall's first home defeat since November 2012. During that spell, they've actually lost just 6 in 38 League 1 matches now. And let's not forget they held Leyton Orient, runaway leaders Leyton Orient, the first team to hold Leyton Orient last weekend. Now they're playing with 10 men for quite some time too, after Andy Butler was sent off. Bradford have visit this weekend, and since their promotion they've been in superb form, but a lot of people haven't really noticed that the best work has been done at home. Away from home they continue to disappoint. They've won 1, drawn 2 and lost 1 away, which doesn't look too bad, but all against very modest opponents in League 1. They were beaten at Port Vale, they were held by Stevenage and at struggling Bristol City, but they did beat Gillingham. Gillingham, of course, recording only their first win of the season last weekend. Last season they actually won only 6 games of 23 away on the way to promotion. They drew 1, lost 5 away. Drew 1, lost 5 against the top 3, and away against the top 4 they drew 1, lost 3. So 8-11 on Walsall in the draw no bet market seems fair enough to me. You'll get your money back if they draw. And then finally into League 2, and a bet which really shouldn't take too much explaining here. It's AFC Wimbledon at 19-20 with Sporting Bet to beat Northampton at home, and a price that I've already gobbled up, and I hope you guys do too, because I think it's one of the best Football League bets so far. Wimbledon have won 4 of 4 at home this season, scoring 9, keeping 2 clean sheets, and it's not like they've been handed an easy fixture list at home either. They've beaten Fleetwood, Wycombe, Scunthorpe and Mansfield all at home. Fantastic results. Matty Smith on loan from Charlton, a 6'4" striker, seems to be amongst the goals again, scoring last weekend. And I think Neil Ardley's finally got together his own team, a team he's moulded together, and they're all pulling in the same direction. And Wimbledon look like a team to watch this season, a bit of a dark horse, a surprise package. If you asked us anti-post to name Wimbledon, what will they do? I wouldn't have said them to get promoted, but the layers will begin to take notice if they continue to pull out results like this, especially at home. And a shade under even money, I think they're a fantastic price. Northampton have been awful away from home for quite some time. This season they've lost 4 from 4 away from home, all to 0. And even at home, where they've been so strong over the recent years, they've only picked up 5 points from 15 available. Adi Boothroyd seems to be on his last legs there as a manager in the Football League, especially at Northampton Town. And this away form has been an issue for quite some time. I mentioned it a few weeks ago, and in their previous 3 seasons, Northampton have lost 32 of 69 away games. So that 19 to 20 from Sporting Bet looks like a very good price. So back, the 3 bets this weekend are Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich, both teams to score at 7 to 10. Walsall at 8 to 11 in the drawn-out bet market against Bradford, and Wimbledon at 19 to 20 against Northampton. Best of luck, and hopefully we get the treble this week.